Thank you for doing this with me.
No problem.
So overwhelmed.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. We have Shannon, hi, and Maria from the Greater Androscoggin Humane Society, and we are here today to spread a little holiday cheer. Maria's got her cute little Santa hat. I do have a, well, I guess it's an ugly.
It's not an
it's
ugly
not
sweater.
ugly,
It
right?
does not. It's actually adorable.
It's supposed to be Ugly Sweater Day, but I have a cute cat on. Oh, where am I? There I am. So you can see that we're all decked out. But we wanted to chat with you today about a few fun things and a few kind of like important things as well. We have a couple of DIY holiday gifts that you could make for your pet. Things that will give them some entertainment, but also would be easy for you to make at home with things you might have or to have your kids help with.
Mm-hmm.
So Maria had a couple of suggestions for something that you could do for your dogs, and then I have an idea that might be better for cats too. So Maria, what do you got for dogs today?
Sure. So I guess we'll go over the enrichment first. And this actually can, children can do, in their, 8 and up, I'd say. But I put this one together, and what we did actually, thank you. And what we did actually is cut up pieces of an old blanket that we had here. And t-shirts would work well, but fleece usually works best. Flannel would work, and if you have a dog that needs a thicker one, you could do bigger strips, or you could do doubles. And all it is basically is braiding. And so you're basically making a rope toy. I started this one, and I stopped, so I could show you guys. But it basically is braiding until you get to the end of it, and you would knot it. And again, this is a common rope toy that we use here. I don't see any difference. It's a cheap do-it-yourselfer for your dogs. So that would be one.
So if they were going to double up, they would just take this one that you made, and you could just make it a little longer and then just double it like this. So it would be almost the same thing as that.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Your kids could help, and then you could have something a little extra under your tree. Although I think my pets have plenty of gifts under the tree already.
I think they're spoiled.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you often see in stores that cats have like little wands or feather toys. You can easily make something like that at home. So here's one that did you make this one, Maria?
I
did. So Maria found we had a little dowel. It's just a short little dowel. I'm just trying to see. She simply took some ribbon, attached it, and then attach some bells and feathers. Okay, I gotta figure out this directional thing. Oh, see. Oh, look. Imagine if you're a cat. Fun, right? You could also, festive, the bells. Absolutely. Maria adorned this one with some pipe cleaner, which probably my cats would rip off and want to play with just the pipe cleaner. So anytime you're making like kind of a do-it-yourself toy, one of the most important things is to, I just pulled that off. Whoops, sorry. Is to make, because as you can see, something could come detached. So definitely make sure that you're using any of these toys in a supervised manner with your pets. Mm-hmm. So that way, if like the ribbon came loose, as mine just did, because I was pulling on it, or the pipe cleaner came off, things like that, you want to make sure that they're always safe. So if you're making anything like this, make sure that you are giving it to them when they're supervised. But you could easily take a branch from outside, do something similar, cut up an old t-shirt, some ribbon that you have lying around, and easily make a wand toy that you could play with your cats.
Yep. And honestly, kids could be doing this too. They love it. And a lot of our events here, we actually let them do that. I think we did it last summer. We had a little table, and kids could make their own little cat toys and donate them here or
take them home.
I remember doing that. So
we did that at the food truck festival day.
Yep.
We had a table set up.
And like I said, kids would love this. It just gives them something different to do, and then they can play with their cats. So
yeah. Okay, I'm curious to know what this is about. I thought you were making me lemonade. I did.
Yeah. Actually, this is a lemonade bottle that was stripped and cleaned. And what this is especially on a budget, it's a safe toy for dogs. And, you could upgrade in size, but this material is perfect. It actually has holes drilled in it, and you can take dog food Or you can take, treats and you put it in a tap and put it on the ground. And as you can see, they're falling out. It becomes an instant enrichment puzzle for a dog. All right, it's an inexpensive way to try and test your dog to see if they like doing food puzzles. A lot of these guys, like I said, don't have much experience, and the easiest way to help them is you can put anything from their dog food to higher value treats. The smellier the better, because dogs want to work for higher value items. And you put it in here and let them go. And most of the time, they love that. And the nice thing is you can wash it and use that again. If you don't like lemonade, which I personally don't, there's also Kool-Aid bottles, the same. Or if you don't have a power chewer at home, a dog that, just likes to roll it around and doesn't like chewing that much. And again, bear in mind, there's always supervision needed for anything that involves food and, do it yourself. You could do the same thing with like a liter bottle. So again, cutting the holes is, key. You cut 2 or 3, big enough for the kibble that you're using or the treats that you're using, and then let them go. And again, this is amazing enrichment. It is having the dog work for their food, and dogs need that. And it brings their energy level down, and it helps anxiety and stress. So
that's really cool. So just some little dog bones work perfectly. These are kind of miniature little bones. You could cut up something a little higher value that you had, maybe a little bit of chicken if you were feeling extra fancy, carrot or some dog appropriate fruit, apple, things like that.
That's perfect, especially because we're talking about the holidays. And instead of just feeding your dog off the table, we talked about that I think last Pet Talk. Take those scraps you're going to give them and put them in something like that and make them work for it. So nothing in life's free. We all have to work, right?
We do. And luckily, we get to work with animals, so that makes it more fun. But, so these are just some great ways that you could make some fun little toys for your pet to help them celebrate the holidays, get your kids involved if you wanted to. So we have those things. We also want to talk with you guys today about some extra tips just for things to think about over the holidays. Even as a pet owner myself, if you've watched me here before, I don't work hands-on with the animals. I work at the front desk, but I do have pets at home that I have worked with for quite many years now, and I'm here with everyone learning new things all the time. So I thought about some things that I've had problems with my pets in the past and asked for Maria's advice for some of those things. So we have 5 things we want to chat with about today. So one thing is, I said that my pets, it seems this time of year, they tend to try to want to get into the trash more.
I thought you were going to say the tree.
No, mine are actually, I have to brag, mine are excellent with the tree. I think I have them conditioned well. I had a good plan for that. But no, the tree actually is not on my list because mine are good with that. But mine tend to get into the trash quite a bit. So would you have any suggestions specific about that?
Sure. You just have to be very aware of what is going in the trash. People put wrapping paper in that, and maybe underneath the wrapping paper is chicken bones, or it's something that may be toxic to your animal right underneath. So bright colored paper and ribbons, they look like toys to a lot of animals. And packaging, when you're cooking, even chicken or turkey or ham, there is a lot of plastic rubber bands, especially on ham, right? Or do they use? I don't eat ham, so what is that? They put that cord on there.
Yeah, they put the cording.
And zip ties, all of that kind of stuff. You just kind of have to bear in mind that they are smellier, especially the ham when it comes, pre-seasoned, and they are more inclined to get into the garbage. So. That would be one regarding the garbage, and it should go out right away.
Yeah, definitely. And I think too, sometimes when you have different people in your house, I don't know how many people are having company over for the holidays, but maybe they don't know that your dog is going to go after a bone in the trash or to go after something that is more enticing. So maybe they don't put the lid down on your trash, or they leave something handy. So definitely just kind of be aware of that you have more things around your house. Even toys. Think about your kids and they're getting a package and they're taking off those little twist ties that hold the Barbie in the box.
Like 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
they gotta
those are
hold that
things
Barbie.
that you aren't always around your house, and your dog might be like, "Hey, what's that?" Or your cat, like, "Ooh, what is this? I want to play with it." So just thinking about those things that might be kind of new around your house right now, especially around the trash, because that can be very enticing to pets who are looking to eat something or play with something that they're not supposed to. But
I love that next tip. I think
yeah,
you touched base on something amazing that even I didn't think of. So candles. Everybody loves candles, and the smellier the better. But again, she made a very good point here with cats. Cats like to get up on there, and that they might twitch their tail, bad at it. There's so many dangers there with candles. So if you're going to go the candle route, get a fake one.
yeah, absolutely.
An LED one.
There's a video going around TikTok of a cat. These people had like a coffee table, so it was low to the ground. They had a big candle. Their cat jumps up on the thing, walking around, tail catches on fire. Person's walking by, doesn't even notice. So I mean, if you are gonna have candles, always make sure you're supervised. Never leave a pet alone with them. But I mean, was unreal to me. But there's other things like you might put a candy dish on your coffee table because you're having guests over and it has chocolates in it. Well, that's right in or nuts. Yep, that's right in reach of your pets, and maybe that's not always like that. Um, Poinsettias are very commonly known to be toxic to pets. I think a lot of people kind of know that rule of thumb.
Yeah, and honestly, people don't think though. People that don't have pets, they don't know that. And Easter lilies is another one.
Thing.
And I was raised where if you go to somebody's house for dinner, we would bring a poinsettia or we'd bring something to say thank you for having us over. So people are bringing these to your house. Just bear in mind you should never, especially if you have a cat, you should never even set it out on the table, as a decoration.
Mm-hmm.
It should just leave the house right away, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, so it's just really about being mindful of what is in your home that might not usually be there. So there's lots of extra stuff around the holidays, and it can be very dangerous for pets. Something else I know when I have company over, or even just because I'm feeling like we're celebrating, we're eating extra snacks, you have a tendency to want to give your pet extra treats. Or maybe you're working with your dog on socialization, so you want to give your friend treats to give your dog to make them feel more comfortable with the person. So having some healthier options for your pets, some lower calorie options, is always a good idea. Because if they usually get 3 treats a day and they're getting 10 treats a day, that can upset their stomach. It can cause weight gain. And for some pets, especially if they're on a weight management plan, that can be tricky. Yeah. Do you have any really good suggestions for an easy, healthy snack that would be good?
Yeah, we have something actually on our website, you guys, that we put together. Anything from apple kongs. Kongs are amazing. And, again, the recipes are on there. The main thing I stress to people, and actually what you had said touches home, or is somebody I know actually brought their dog over to a gathering for Thanksgiving, and the dog the next day was extremely ill, and he wasn't moving very much, and I guess they had loaded him down with ham. And the dog, if you have 10 people all giving tons of scraps and then beer, the dog had ingested a lot of beer.
Yeah, alcohol is alcohol is a big no-no for pets.
So,
I know that, definitely.
Yeah. So it's just like that list, you guys. I think we might have that on the website as well.
Yeah.
Just stuff that you can look at and make sure that people aren't feeding your dog underneath the table or feeding your cat, because if one person's doing it, there's probably 5 other ones that are doing it. So it's not a good situation. And that's why, if you're going to do it, use the feeder puzzle that I just showed you. Why not? Okay, because it will slow down their rate of eating as well, and then people, usually respect that there's an end game, that you're doing enrichment.
Yeah.
So I mean, baby carrots are amazing.
That's what my mom does. Yeah, my mom always has a bag of baby carrots in her fridge because her dog is kind of chubby. No, really chubby. So if she's watching, she'll be like, oh, she's perfect. But she always has baby carrots there because if someone wants to give a treat, she's like, no, don't give her a cookie, give her a baby carrot. And the dog loves them, and she thinks like, hey, I'm getting a treat, and it's a carrot. So nice, low calorie, healthy, good for them. So that's a great option. It's easy to do. So, but just be careful of all that kind of stuff. Also, I don't know how many people are traveling this year, but it's always important to make travel as safe as possible for your pets. That's something that we used to travel to my in-laws and stuff for holidays, but making sure that your pet is safe in the car. I don't know if you use a harness, if you keep them in the back seat, if you have them crated in like the hatchback area, but just thinking ahead of what ways you can make that experience as safe as possible for your pet. Do you have anything else about travel?
And honestly, not just safety for your pet, but for you. One of the worst things I've seen, and again, bear in mind there's snow and ice now, is an owner that's driving and they have a little dog or even a big dog sometimes, and the dog is literally standing on them and putting their head out of the window. So that safety all the way around. A dog should never be on that driver's side looking like it's driving.
Yeah.
When it
might look cute, but really not safe. Save that for the pictures in the driveway before you leave home, right?
Exactly. And if your dog has motion sickness, anxiety, always check with your vet. They have tips, even over the counter tips that they'll give you to help with that anxiety, and you can also condition your dog to riding in cars easier. So but yeah, I guess
the other thing is that if you're traveling to go stay with family or friends during the holiday and your dog's going to be with you in an unfamiliar place, definitely make sure your dog is microchipped, because when pets are in an unfamiliar environment and they got loose, they don't know their way to get home. So that's something that we offer microchipping here at the shelter. You can do that through your vet. But a microchip we can't say enough. It's the single best way to make sure that your pet's going to get returned to you if they go missing. And with them being in an unfamiliar area, it's especially important. So if your dog is not microchipped, or even your cat, absolutely as well. And
honestly, startle response alone. This just happened on Facebook where ice fell off somebody's roof. And the dog panicked and, ran, and it was gone for 3 days. And they finally found it. It had a tether line still attached, and it was stuck on a tree. So 3 days they couldn't find the dog. So again, the smallest thing, just a microchip, can help. Because if your dog startles from, ice falling off the roof or just something, safety.
Absolutely. And then this other one I think we've talked about a little bit, since with everything with COVID, there were a lot of changes to people's schedules. But you just want to plan ahead for any changes in your schedule, like even your daily routine that the holidays are going to cause. You might have extra time off from work or travel that you're doing, and all of those daily changes are going to be making changes to your pet's daily routine as well. So that could be disruptive. So just think about those things and make plans. So, like, for example, you might need to arrange for a pet sitter or for a dog walker to come in, or someone just to feed your cat for one night while you're gone. So just give those things some advance notice, because I know if you're like me, like, even though we might not be as active as we were in previous holidays, we still have a lot going on right now. So just making sure that you're planning ahead. And any changes to your schedule will definitely affect your pet and maybe their needs as well. So, and Maria, I think you touched on this in a previous pet talk.
We did.
But can you mention about, like, your pet getting some downtime?
Yeah, we did. Again, all of this, you guys, when you look at your dog or your cat, think of, you're living with a 2 or 3 year old, candles being down, or, what I'm talking about next, which is the decompression part of it. All of this, children, if there's paper in there, they might get in the trash. So just think of, the mentality of a 2, 3 year old with your animals. So that's the rule of thumb. And then the same thing as well, dogs, or cats, they don't know how to decompress themselves. So, they will usually, especially if there's food involved, they will usually hover around the room, and some of them get overstimulated, some of them get overfed, some of them are nervous and people don't notice. So again, regardless of how sociable your animal is, they need solo time. They need time to, breathe and decompress, and we need to enable them to do that. Like we give a 2 and 3 year old a nap. They don't know they need a nap. We just do it. It's the same concept that they need some solo time, and again, that would be a great time to, give them a Kong or, something that is friendly for them, and just let them breathe and relax. So
Yeah. That's the thing with everyone being home more and things like that. Like your pet gets really excited. You saw these comics come out when quarantine happened and stuff that cats were like, oh, get out of my face, and dogs were really excited that owners were home. But every pet needs some downtime. So I like that analogy of thinking of them as like a kid who needs nap time.
Especially when they're knocking over the tree and they're little kids. So yeah.
Yeah. So I do see in the comments, it's hard for us to type when we're doing this, but I do see that someone asked if we have any orange kitties. We do have all of our available pets posted on our website, so I'll take a minute to do a plug for that. All of our available pets are posted on our website. I'm not sure who we have available right now for orange cat, but definitely take a look. It's www.gahumane.org, and then you can click on adopt and choose if you want to look at cats or dogs. We do have some available now, and if you're interested in adopting, go on our website and fill out an application. So we are still working through the holidays.
Oh yeah, shelter doesn't close.
The shelter doesn't close ever. No, we might be closed to people walking in, but we're always here every day. I do want to also. I thought I could do a plug for something we have going on next week.
I think we should.
So Maria, why don't you tell us what's going on Christmas Eve?
Woo! So we are doing a Christmas dinner for all of the animals in the shelter. We are cooking 4 chickens and a bunch of other stuff, even cat cakes, cat croutons, and small animal cakes. So we wanted to do this because a lot of, this is a hard year for everybody. It's emotional, and there's, some people are lonely, and it'll be nice because you can share the event coming up, and if you're not doing anything on Christmas Eve, it's going to start around 3:30.
I think around 3:30.
Hop on there, because the way, again, you'll see, like, that's why I call all, the animals children, but you'll see their faces light up when they get their own little plate of food, stuff that they normally don't get, homemade pumpkin, pie.
All pet safe, things we've researched.
Yeah, well, recipes that are researched and or on the website, and I've gone over what's safe for your pet before. So, and, if you have questions on that, but it beats them getting scraps or something like that. So, again, log on. It's just a feel-good moment, because even though we are going to be working at the shelter, there is still animals here. All of them get to participate in this dinner that we're doing.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. So we'll be live on Facebook here. We'll have reminders about that throughout the week. But it's just going to be, like Maria said, a nice heartwarming little thing that we're doing, and bring a little joy to everyone's holiday. Especially if you're home alone or just with your immediate family this year, it's a lot different. So a few extra things to make us smile are always needed and wanted. So we'll be doing that next week. But as always, you can contact us with questions. If you ever have any idea for a future pet talk, things that you might want us to do, send us an email. You can send that directly to just the general email for the shelter, which is info@gahumane.org. We'll forward that on to Maria. But we're always looking for ideas of things that we'd like to chat about. So we hope that everyone has a great, happy, and safe holiday for you and your pets. And if you have any questions about information we gave today, feel free to hit us up.
Stay safe, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in.